7 Mineral rebuilds muscles fast after 60. You've probably been told your whole life that if you want to build muscle, you need protein. And yes, protein is important. It gives your body the raw materials to build tissue, repair damage, and stay strong. But what if I told you that protein alone isn't enough? What if your muscles are still shrinking, your energy is dropping, and your workouts feel harder not because you're not eating enough, but because your body is missing something much more fundamental? The truth is, after the age of 60, our bodies don't respond the same way they used to. We start to lose muscle mass, a condition called sarcopenia, and for most people, it feels like it comes out of nowhere. But sarcopenia isn't caused just by aging. It's caused by depleted cellular energy, weakened recovery systems, and nutrient imbalances that build up slowly over time. And here's where the real surprise comes in. The biggest missing pieces are not more calories, not more exercise, and not even more protein. They're minerals. Minerals are like the tiny switches that control all the big systems in your body. They run your metabolism, balance your hormones, help your nerves fire, and regulate how your muscles contract and recover. Without the right minerals, your body can't even use the protein you're giving it. It's like trying to build a house with bricks but no tools. You have the materials but nothing to put them together. So today, I want to take you deep inside the real muscle recovery system that most people overlook. This isn't about supplements, hype, or magic cures. This is about getting back to what your body actually needs. Over the next few minutes, we're going to walk through 9 critical minerals your body uses to build and protect muscle, starting with the 3 most urgent and most overlooked. Let's begin with the one that runs everything behind the scenes. Magnesium. Mineral number 1. Magnesium, the recovery master. Magnesium is hands down one of the most important minerals for muscle function, and yet, over 60% of people over 60 are deficient and don't even know it. Why? Because the symptoms sneak up on you. Trouble sleeping, leg cramps at night, constant fatigue, feeling anxious or restless, trouble recovering from activity. These signs don't scream magnesium deficiency, but inside your body, that's exactly what's happening. So why is magnesium so essential for muscle rebuilding? Because it's at the heart of ATP production, your body's core energy currency. Every time you contract a muscle, your body uses ATP. But here's the kicker. ATP doesn't work without magnesium. In fact, the biologically active form of ATP is called MgATP, magnesium-bound ATP. If your body is low on magnesium, it doesn't matter how much protein you eat or how hard you train your muscles, simply don't have the fuel to recover and rebuild. On top of that, magnesium helps relax muscles after contraction, reduce inflammation from micro tears, and support deep, restorative sleep, which is when most of your muscle healing actually takes place. Here's where it gets more interesting. As we age, our body's ability to absorb magnesium from food decreases. Add to that common senior medications like blood pressure pills, acid blockers, or diuretics, and you've got a recipe for chronic, silent magnesium depletion. So how do you fix it? First, avoid magnesium oxide. It's cheap and barely absorbed. Instead, go for magnesium glycinate for calm and recovery, or magnesium malate for energy and muscle support. Take it in the evening to 100 to 400 milligrams because it not only supports your muscles but also your nervous system and sleep quality. Magnesium doesn't just help you feel better. It unlocks everything else you're doing right: your food, your exercise, your recovery plan. Without it, your body is operating with the brakes on. Mineral number 2. Zinc. the hormone stabilizer. Next up is a mineral that most people associate with immunity, but it has a powerful, often ignored role in muscle growth and repair. Zinc. Zinc is your hormone helper. It regulates the production of testosterone and growth hormone, two of the main anabolic muscle-building hormones your body naturally produces. The problem is, after 60, levels of both these hormones start to decline, and if zinc is low, that drop becomes even steeper. Without enough zinc, your body simply can't signal muscle cells to grow, recover, or repair. But that's not all. Zinc is also required for protein synthesis, the process where your body takes the amino acids from the food you eat and uses them to rebuild muscle fibers. If zinc is low, it doesn't matter if you're eating chicken breast, salmon, or plant-based protein powders, you won't be able to rebuild tissue efficiently. Zinc also helps regulate enzymes, reduces inflammation, supports tissue healing, and even impacts your mental drive and physical endurance. Low zinc levels are associated with fatigue, longer recovery time, muscle soreness, brain fog, low libido, and immune weakness. In other words, if your body feels like it's slowing down, zinc may be the silent factor. Many seniors are unknowingly zinc deficient due to age-related malabsorption, or medications like PP acid reducers, which block zinc uptake in the gut. Also, vegetarian or low-meat diets often lead to long-term zinc depletion. What's the fix? Choose bioavailable forms, like zinc picolinate or zinc citrate. They're easy to absorb and gentle on the stomach. Doses of 15 to 30 milligrams are typically effective. But there's one catch. Too much zinc over time can deplete copper, another essential mineral. So if you're supplementing long-term, make sure your multivitamin includes 1 to 2 milligrams of copper, or add it separately. Bringing zinc back into balance not only supports your muscle repair, it helps you feel more vibrant, more energized, and more in control of your physical strength. Mineral number 3, potassium, the nerve-muscle connector. Now let's talk about the mineral that keeps your muscles moving. Literally, potassium. Potassium is one of your body's primary electrolytes. It helps generate the electrical signals that allow your muscles to contract and relax. Every time you walk, lift, twist, or even stand, potassium is helping to send the command from your nervous system to your muscles. If potassium is low, the signal gets weak or distorted. The result: cramps, fatigue, muscle weakness, sluggish movement, even irregular heartbeat. As we age, potassium often drops due to poor dietary intake, and common medications like diuretics often prescribed for high blood pressure or swelling, which flush potassium out of the body. Combine that with a lower intake of fruits and vegetables and it's no surprise many older adults are unknowingly running on a potassium deficit. Here's the dangerous part. Symptoms of low potassium are subtle at first. A little tiredness, mild cramping, an off feeling after walking. But over time, this turns into weakness, poor endurance, sleep disruption, and decreased recovery from even light physical activity. So what can you do? First, focus on potassium-rich foods. The best sources include bananas, avocados, spinach, sweet potatoes, beans, coconut water, and yogurt. Aim for 3,500 to 4,700 milligrams per day from food. Supplementing potassium should be done carefully and only under a healthcare provider's supervision, because excess potassium can be dangerous for people with kidney issues or those on certain meds. Instead, consistently eating real, whole foods high in potassium is the safest and most effective way to restore balance. When potassium is restored, your body feels responsive again. Your muscles contract more efficiently. Cramping fades. Energy levels rise. It's a small mineral, but it unlocks big movement. Mineral number 4. Calcium, the forgotten muscle trigger. We all know calcium is essential for bones. But did you know your muscles literally can't contract without it? Every time you lift your arm, step forward, or even blink, your muscles respond to signals from your brain. Those signals trigger calcium to be released inside your muscle cells. That calcium starts a chain reaction that makes your muscles contract. Then, when it's time to relax, calcium is reabsorbed, allowing the muscle to release. Now imagine if your calcium levels are low. That signal gets weaker. Muscle contractions become less efficient. You may feel shaky, unsteady, or weak, especially during activity. You might even feel like your coordination or balance is off. And here's the key. Many seniors assume this is just normal aging, but often it's not. It's low calcium in the muscle cells, but it doesn't stop there. Calcium also supports nerve communication, blood pressure regulation, heart rhythm, and enzyme activity, all of which directly impact strength, recovery, and endurance. So why does calcium deficiency happen after 60? Reduced absorption due to lower stomach acid, vitamin D deficiency, which is needed to absorb calcium, hormonal changes especially in postmenopausal women, where estrogen levels drop, leading to rapid calcium loss from bones and tissues, and poor dietary intake, especially in those avoiding dairy. To fix it, choose the right form of calcium. Avoid calcium carbonate unless your stomach acid is strong, which is rare after 60. Instead, go for calcium citrate. It absorbs better and is gentler on digestion. A typical dosage is 1,000 to 1,100 milligrams per day. Split into 2 doses since your body absorbs only 500 to 600 milligrams at a time. But calcium never works alone. It needs help from vitamin D3, magnesium, and even vitamin K2 to get into the bones and muscles where it belongs instead of staying in the bloodstream or forming unwanted calcification. And remember, don't just supplement blindly. If you're eating dairy, leafy greens, tofu, or fortified plant milks, you may already be getting some calcium naturally. It's all about balance. When calcium is optimized, muscles feel more stable, stronger under pressure, and better able to hold posture, movement, and recovery, especially after physical strain. Mineral number 5, selenium, the inflammation fighter and thyroid supporter. Next comes a quiet powerhouse, selenium. You don't hear about it often, but this trace mineral plays a massive role in muscle repair, recovery, and energy, especially as we age. Selenium is a key part of your body's antioxidant defense system. It helps produce glutathione, a natural compound that fights off oxidative stress and cellular inflammation, the kind that increases after physical exertion or just from aging alone. Why does that matter for muscle health? Because your muscles can't recover properly when inflammation is high. Micro tears from exercise or even daily activity need to heal to rebuild strength. If the body stays inflamed, that healing slows down or worse, never finishes. But that's just one part of selenium's job. It's also essential for thyroid health. Your thyroid gland is the engine of your metabolism. It controls how efficiently your body uses calories, burns fat, regulates temperature, and yes, how well your muscles perform and recover. Low selenium gives weak thyroid, gives slow metabolism, gives slower healing and muscle breakdown. What causes selenium deficiency? Poor diet, especially low in seafood or nuts. Digestive issues that block absorption. And soil depletion. Modern farming often produces crops lower in selenium than they used to. So how do you get enough? Just 1 to 2 Brazil nuts per day can give you all the selenium you need, around 55 to 200 mcg. Other good sources include tuna, salmon, eggs, turkey, sunflower seeds, and whole grains. If you use supplements, choose selenium as selenomethionine, which is highly bioavailable and easy on the body. Be cautious with dosage. Selenium is powerful, and too much can be toxic over time. Stay within the safe upper limit unless advised by a doctor. When selenium is restored, inflammation drops, thyroid function improves, energy returns, and muscles begin to recover more efficiently. It's one of those small but mighty nutrients that ties everything together, especially for seniors looking to stay active. Mineral number 6. Iron, the oxygen carrier that powers performance. Last in today's set but no less important is iron. If you've ever felt like no matter how much you rest, you're still tired, this could be your answer. Iron's main job is to help your red blood cells carry oxygen to your muscles, brain, and tissues. During any kind of movement, whether it's walking, lifting, or even climbing stairs, your muscles demand oxygen to produce energy. Without enough iron, your muscles become starved for oxygen. The result: fatigue, weakness, shortness of breath, soreness. Not because your muscles are out of shape, but because they simply aren't getting the fuel they need to work. This is especially common in women over 60, especially postmenopausal, or with low iron intake. Vegetarians or vegans not getting heme iron. Those with digestive issues or low stomach acid. People taking medications like antacids, which block iron absorption. Iron deficiency can be subtle at first, but over time, it becomes a huge barrier to strength, endurance, and recovery. It also impacts cognitive health, heart function, and even immune resilience. So how can you fix it? First, get your iron levels tested. Don't guess. Iron overload can be harmful, especially for men or postmenopausal women. If you need more iron, increase foods like red meat, liver, lentils, spinach, pumpkin seeds, and fortified cereals. Pair iron-rich foods with vitamin C like oranges, bell peppers, or broccoli to boost absorption. Avoid taking iron with calcium, tea, or coffee. They block iron uptake. If you need a supplement, look for heme iron or iron bisglycinate. These forms are gentler on the stomach and better absorbed. When iron levels are optimized, your body runs smoother. You breathe easier, fatigue lifts, and your muscles recover faster and perform stronger. Iron isn't just for people with anemia. It's for anyone who wants to feel truly alive and active in their body again. Mineral number 7. Phosphorus, the cellular energy partner. Phosphorus often gets overshadowed by calcium. But did you know it's just as critical for bone and muscle health? In fact, phosphorus makes up about half of your bone structure. And more importantly, it's the mineral your body uses to create ATP, your primary energy molecule. Remember ATP? That's what your muscles need to move, repair, and grow. It's your body's battery. Phosphorus is literally a part of the ATP molecule, so without enough phosphorus, you simply can't generate energy. At the cellular level, that means fatigue, slower recovery, and muscle weakness even if you're eating right and staying active. It also plays a major role in acid-base balance, helping your body manage inflammation and maintain a healthy pH in muscle tissue, so your cells aren't constantly under stress. Now here's the good news. Phosphorus deficiency isn't as common as magnesium or zinc, but it can still happen in older adults, especially those who are malnourished or undereating, on certain antacids or diabetes medications, recovering from illness or long-term inflammation. Eating very low protein or restrictive diets. The best sources of phosphorus are meat, poultry, fish, dairy, legumes, nuts, and whole grains. If you're eating a decent amount of these, you're probably covered. But if you're avoiding many of those food groups or experiencing consistent fatigue weakness, or poor muscle recovery, it's worth reviewing your intake or getting tested. Most people don't need phosphorus supplements unless under medical guidance. Just be sure your protein and mineral-rich foods are part of your regular diet. When phosphorus is balanced, your body makes energy more efficiently, your muscles recover faster, and your bones and tissues grow stronger together. Mineral number 8. Sodium, the misunderstood electrolyte. Now let's talk about one of the most misunderstood minerals of all time, sodium. Sodium has been labeled as the villain when it comes to heart health and blood pressure. But the truth is, sodium is essential for your body to function properly, especially for your muscles. Sodium is a major electrolyte that helps regulate fluid balance, transmit nerve signals, and enable muscle contractions. Every time your muscles move, they rely on sodium to send the right signals between your brain, nerves, and muscle fibers. When sodium levels drop to low, a condition called hyponatremia, your muscles can cramp, feel weak, or completely shut down. You might also feel dizzy, lightheaded, or foggy after standing up. And for older adults, this can be dangerous. Why does it happen? Strict low-sodium diets, diuretics or blood pressure, medications, excessive sweating, drinking only water without replacing lost electrolytes. Many seniors trying to eat healthy accidentally over-restrict sodium, especially if they are avoiding all salt without understanding its role in muscle function. Yes, you should limit processed foods loaded with sodium, but you still need natural sodium to stay balanced. The fix. If you're sweating a lot, exercising, or feeling off, consider adding natural sea salt, mineral salt, or low-sugar electrolyte drinks. Even something as simple as a homemade bone broth or salted avocado can help restore sodium without overdoing it. Sodium doesn't just affect hydration, it affects how well your muscles fire, recover, and coordinate. It's not about more salt. It's about the right amount of clean, functional sodium to keep your muscles alive and your body steady. Mineral number 9. Iodine, the metabolism regulator. Last, but definitely not least, we have iodine, a trace mineral with massive impact. Iodine is the fuel your thyroid gland needs to create thyroid hormones, which regulate everything from your metabolism, body temperature, energy levels, mental clarity, and yes, even muscle repair. When iodine is too low, the thyroid slows down. Your body starts conserving energy instead of burning it. You feel cold, sluggish, foggy, and weak. And often, you start losing muscle not because of aging, but because your metabolism has stalled. This is especially common among people over 60 who avoid dairy and seafood, use fancy gourmet salts that don't have added iodine, have underlying thyroid issues, follow very restrictive diets. Your body doesn't make iodine, it must come from food or supplements. Top food sources: seaweed, like kelp or nori, iodized salt, fish, dairy, and eggs. But here's the problem. Many people have switched to Himalayan or sea salts that lack iodine. If you're not eating seafood or dairy, and you've eliminated iodized salt, your risk of deficiency increases. What's the fix? Start by checking if your salt has iodine. Consider adding kelp flakes to your food once or twice a week, or eat fish like cod and tuna. If needed, low-dose kelp-based iodine supplements can help, but be careful. Too much iodine can cause thyroid dysfunction, especially if you already have thyroid disease. Always stay within safe limits and speak to your doctor if you're unsure. When iodine is restored, your metabolism wakes up, your energy returns, you recover faster, your muscles respond better, and your brain clears. It's one of the most overlooked, yet most powerful minerals for anyone over 60 trying to feel strong and sharp again. If this video opened your eyes to what your body might really be missing, do me a favor, click that like button so more people over 60 can see it. And subscribe to Health with Seniors for weekly science-backed tips on muscle health, aging, energy, and recovery. Let me know in the comments. Which mineral do you think you've been low on? What symptoms have you been noticing lately? Fatigue, cramps, slow recovery, weak muscles? Let's talk about it. Because you're not too old to rebuild muscle. You're not too far gone to get strong again. Your body isn't broken, it's just waiting for the right tools. So take the next step. Give your body the minerals it needs. And let strength return naturally, powerfully, and for good. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.